Three videos in a day. I never thought uh, I would actually do that. But I'm here. It's currently 10:06 p.m. on the Eastern Coast. Anyways, hey guys, what's up? It's Frontier, and welcome back to the channel. I do appreciate you all being here. So, I was just on YouTube. I finished up my gaming for the day, and I saw Hero High. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Um, Go check him out. He's absolutely fantastic. So I gotta give him credit for this. I was watching his video right here. Highguard devs are blaming gamers for their failure, and I was wondering, like, did I cover this or did I not? And apparently I didn't. So I want to give full credit to him. I'll link his channel in the description. Please go check him out. He's absolutely fantastic. Um, so this is Josh Sobel or Sobel. Um, he worked for Highguard, okay, and he was one of the people that were laid off. If you watched my previous Highguard video, um, so he basically goes on to say that uh, we were to blame. The gamers were to blame. I already looked over this article myself, and that's basically what it is. So let's just get started. Reflecting on shipping my first game, Highguard. Apologies for the length. Been wanting to say a lot of things for a lot of this for a while. The day leading to the Game Awards 2025 was amongst the most exciting of my life. After 2.5 years of passionately working on Highguard, we were ready to reveal it to the world. The future seemed bright. Everyone I knew who had any connection to the team or project had the same sentiments. This is lightning in a bottle. I trust this team wholeheartedly. If there's one project nobody in the industry is worried it will fail, it's yours. This has mainstream hit all over it. There's no way this will flop. I could play this game all day. The internal pre-reveal feedback, even from unbiased sources, was quite positive, and where it was negative, it was constructive and often actionable. People who played the game, including us, had a blast, and since we were an independent self-published studio built with royalties in mind, many of us were hoping this could finally be the thing that broke the millennial financial course. But then the trailer came out and it was all downhill from there. Content creators love to point out the bias in folks who get positive reviews after being flown out for an event, but ignore the fact that when their negative leaning content gets 10 times engagement of the positive, they've got just as much incentive to lean into a disingenuous direction, whether consciously or not. So basically, from this first little bit, it's they had really positive feedback from internal testing. Everyone on the team was like, "Yeah, let's do it." And of course they're going to do that because that's the game they're working on. Of course they're going to think it's good. Okay? And then they said right here, even from unbiased sources, the game was positive. Okay? Now we don't know who those unbiased sources are. Um but they were saying it was positive. That's great. But here's the problem. When you launch the game, people were not enjoying it. And I'll be the first one to say I didn't enjoy it either. I played 4 games and I uninstalled because I didn't think it was that good. But let's keep reading. The hate started immediately. In addition to dogplying on the trailer, I personally came under fire due to my naivety on Twitter, which almost all of my now former coworkers had learned to avoid during their previous game launches. After setting my Twitter account to private to protect my sanity, many content creators made videos and posts about me and my cowardice, amassing millions of views and inadvertently sending hundreds of angry gamers into my replies. They laughed at me for being proud of the game, told me to get out of the McDonald's applications, and mocked me for listing having autism in my bio, which they seemed to think was evidence that the game would be woke trash. Sorry, all of this was very emotionally taxing. Okay, all right. He goes on to say, there is much constructive criticism that can be and has been said about Highguard's trailers, marketing, and launch, but I don't think it's my place to commentate on that. I also don't think there's any way to know whether the launch would have fared better or worse without the massive spotlight that was thrown onto us in response to the Game Awards trailer placement, but we never got that chance. Like, there was a post. I think I covered this in one of my other Highguard videos. Um, that it was Jeff Keighley, I think, gave them the opportunity. and they took it. They didn't have to, you know, they didn't have to take that deal. They could have just said no because they were just going to shadow release the game anyways. Like that was their intention. They were just going to shadow release the game anyways. So, I mean, you took that chance. You took that spotlight at the end of the Game Awards. Okay? He came up to you and said, "Hey, would you like to have a spotlight at the Game Awards?" And you said yes. So, that's on you. You have to take accountability for that. Okay? All right. Let's keep going. We were turned into a joke from minute one, largely due to false assumptions about a $1 million ad placement, which even prominent journalists soon began to state as fact. Within minutes, it was decided. This game was dead on arrival, and creators now had free rage bait content for a month. Every one of our videos on social media got downvoted to hell. Comment sections were flooded with copy-paste meme phrases such as Concord 2 and Titanfall 3 died for this. At launch, we received over 14,000 review bombs from users with less than an hour of playtime. Many didn't even finish the required tutorial. Okay, like, I played, I think, maybe an hour and a half of Highguard, and I wasn't blown away. I was just bored out of my mind. Okay, I think it took me a good amount of effort to get to that fourth game. I mean, like, is there a requirement to to leave a reply? Just because they have less than an hour of playtime doesn't mean anything, okay? Like, if you play a game, oh, sorry. If you play a game and you don't like it, you have all of the power in the world to leave a negative review. You don't have to play for a certain amount of time to leave a review, okay? People saw your game, they played it, they hated it, okay? Why do you think the player count is so low? Okay. All right. Now, was the 14,000, reviews, negative reviews, did that impact the game? Of course it did. Okay. But again, a lot of that feedback, and I saw the feedback. Like I saw day one, like 3 to 5 hours after release, I was looking at the reviews, and they were not good. Everyone had the same. They had the same criticism. Okay, 3v3. The maps were too big, performance issues, you know, and it wasn't fun. It was the same thing. There were no other game modes. It was just 3v3. How can you justify that? You can't. Let's keep going. In discussions online about Highguard, Concord, 2XKO, and such, it is often pointed out by gamers that devs like to blame gamers for their failures, and that's silly, as if gamers have no power, but they do. A lot of it. I'm not saying our failure is purely the fault of gamer culture and that the game would have thrived without the negative discourse, but it absolutely played a role. All products are at the whims of consumers, and the consumers put absurd amount of effort into slandering Highguard, and it worked. The fact that he himself, who worked on the game for 2.5 years, has not taken any credibility for this. He has not taken any credibility for the game, for himself. Okay? Alright. Gamers were frustrated because the game on launch was garbage. Okay? And I hate to come across this way. Because when 5v5 came out, I was actually having a good time with the game. But I have to stand up for the gamers here. Okay? The game came out. There was only one mode. One mode. Okay? Did you really think that one mode was going to keep players around? It wasn't. It wasn't going to keep them around. Alright? You're smoking something. If you actually thought that having one mode... It's like saying Halo, like... If only Halo had Slayer and didn't have other, game modes like Oddball, Capture the Flag, SWAT, Big Team Battle, Infection, it's like saying that, but like it's crazy you're not taking any accountability, the game sucked on release. It did. Let's keep going. Many of Wildlight's former devs will now be forced to assimilate back into the actual corporate industry many gamers accused Wildlight of being a part of. Now, every time someone thinks about leaving golden handcuffs behind in favor of making a new multiplayer game the indie way, they'll say, but remember how gamers didn't even give Wildlight a chance? Soon, if this pattern continues, all that will be left are corporations, at least in multiplayer space. Innovation is on life support. I wanna go ahead and tell you that a lot, if not all, of the developers who worked on this game have been in the AAA scene. Okay? They worked on Apex and they worked on Titanfall. Okay? So these guys know how to make good games. Like Apex, listen, Apex has its problems, okay? But I generally think Apex is a very fun game to play. I don't really play a lot of it, but it is a fun game when I play it sometimes. Titanfall is one of my favorite games of all time. Titanfall 2 is fantastic. Like, that is a game I will never get tired of playing, okay? Because it is just a fun game, all right? But you have all these people who have worked on these incredible games that are still very popular to this day. And yet, like, you come out with this. And, I've said to myself, I don't think I've said it on a video, but, like, it would have been much better if you guys had an actual beta or a test for the public. Then you get your feedback and be like, okay, we know what to work on. Give us like a month or two, and then we'll come back and maybe we'll have another test, see how things are going, and then feedback another couple of months, and then we're ready to release the game. They didn't have a beta. Most, if not all, live service games at some point are going to have a beta. Okay? It's just the way it is. All right? I think if the game had a beta, the game would have done a lot better. But they didn't, and that's their fault. Even if Highguard had a rocky launch, our independent, self-published dev-led studio full of passionate people just trying to make a fun game with zero AI and zero corporate oversight deserve better than this. We deserve the bare minimum of not having our downfall be gleefully manifested. Lord have mercy. This guy is just not taking any accountability. I wish the best of luck to the few who remain at Wildlight and hope Highguard can stay the course. I still believe in it, and so do the fans we've reached who continue to champion it on subreddit, Discord, Twitch, and social media. And even though this adventure has come to an abrupt and emotional challenging close, I don't regret 1 second of it. And he just shouts out for enduring these people for the past few months. So these are the creators right here. And I actually know one of these people, but I'm not gonna say who. Okay, so like there is no accountability here. Like, he did not say once that there was a problem with this game. Like, he genuinely thought that the reason this game was trashed was because people just review bombed it. Because of other creators who made videos trashing the game. They're like, oh, this game's trash. Once it comes out, I'm just going to review bomb it. Did he see the reviews? I'm getting so close to my mic to make a point. Did he see the reviews? Because I did. I looked at them. Again, like 2 to 3 hours after the game came out, I looked at the Steam reviews. And every single one of them were very similar. They were saying the same points over and over and over again. Okay? And so was I when I first did my initial review on the game. Okay? All you have is one mode. You can't expect people to play every day if you only have one mode. Okay? You can't expect them to play that. Okay? Even other PvP shooters have different modes. Okay? It's like saying if Marvel Rivals had, you could only play Convoy. Okay? And Convoy it's boring after a while, I'll say, okay? Because I play a lot of Marvel Rivals. Alright? Or it's like saying Overwatch, just, having, Flashpoint as its mode. You know? It doesn't make sense. I actually want to look at the comments here. Are there comments on this? Okay. All right. So this is the first comment here. I haven't played the game. The genre was my cup of tea, and I had neither positive or negative sentiment toward. However, as a business person, I immediately knew what went wrong when I saw this part of the post. When you have only positive criticism and not hard truths about your game, especially a game where market is oversaturated, you cannot rely on this type of feedback, which delivers nothing. You are asking friends, family, and close industry people whether they play this game, when you should be asking, can we get 100,000 people to switch from Apex, Marvel Rivals, and Valorant to play our game? There was no validation for that feedback, no alpha, no early access, no public testing. You literally went to launch blind, believing you were immune to failure. This guy gets it. Like, like this right here. This right here. This sentence is absolutely golden. Okay? Oh, didn't do that. You had people who you knew, that, you know, played the game and just gave you positive feedback. You can't take that. Because how do you know they're going to play the game on release? You had nothing. You had no open beta, no early access. You didn't give this game to the public before you released it. Like, what the hell? Like, okay, this one says exactly what I tried to explain to Paul Tass this morning. A culture of hate from streamers, influencers, and social media killed this game the same way it did to Concord. Okay, like, this is ridiculous. Okay, now I'm not really caught up on the whole Concord story. I've tried to get into it, tried to, remember. I think I watched a video on it like a while ago, but I can't remember what it was. But it wasn't just the streamers, the influencers, and social media that killed this game. Dude, did you play the game? Okay, when it released. I'll admit it, the game's gotten a lot better since release. I will say that. Okay? You only have one mode. Okay? You cannot be defending these developers, especially one that takes no accountability for their actions. Okay? Like, this is um it's just ridiculous. It's actually ridiculous. Um I don't know. Um yeah, I honestly think that um yeah, see, truth is, you guys were high on your own farts. People pooped on it because it was bad. It was generic. It looks like you outsourced everything to people who just buy assets. I mean, this whole thing is ridiculous. Like, he's a grown man. He takes no accountability, and he wants to blame us for the failure of Highguard. Okay, he wants to blame us. Okay, we blame you. All right. We blame you. If you don't want to take accountability for it, by all means, don't take accountability for it. But we're going to speak our mind. We're going to speak the truth. And the truth of the matter is, when this game came out, it was garbage. It was garbage. I only came back because 5v5 released. And that was the reason that I left, was because 3v3 was too small. Okay? Alright. And like I said earlier, I did end up enjoying the game for a little while. I haven't played Highguard in like 5 days because there's no reason for me to play. I got bored of the raid mode, and that's it. But anyways, tell me what you guys think about this. I mean, because this is ridiculous. Like, again, no accountability. Um, tell me what you think in the comments. Keep it civil. But yeah, I think that's gonna be it. Who knows? This may be the last time who knows how many more Highguard videos are coming out. But anyways, I want to thank you all so much for watching. If you did enjoy the video, and you would like to see more content like this on the channel, Please go ahead and like and subscribe. It really does help out the channel. We've been seeing a lot of growth here recently with views on the channel, so I really do appreciate it. I appreciate the support you guys have been giving me. Thank you so much. It means the absolute world to me. Remember, go check out Hero Hei. He's where I got this inspiration from his video right here. Go check him out. His link will be down below in the description. Go follow me. Twitch.tv/FrontierKing74. Follow me on Twitter. Here's my Twitter handle right here. FrontierKing74. There you go. All right, pulling a plug right there. But anyways, I'm rambling. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye.